2.5 million I'm now bid. 3 million I'm now bid. We haven't finished yet, sir. The hammer is still in the air.
27,500,000 it is. Yours, 642, sold!
Come on, sir, tickle me with another 5.
135 million euros. Here it comes. And selling. It's yours. Sold to you, sir. Thank you very much indeed.
For the first time then, ladies and gentlemen. For the second time. For the third. And the last time. Sold your car, sir.
Welcome back to Under the Hammer from Historic Racing News. I'm Jim Roller. Today we're going to be looking ahead to the auctions of Monterey Car Week and some of the great competition cars that will be crossing the block during what is annually the biggest week of the auction year. Please remember to like and subscribe to HRN Chronicles and turn on notifications so that you can stay up to date on all of our latest content. Monterey Car Week is many things to many people, from historic racing at Laguna Seca to the famed Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance. Add in some of the most high-profile auctions of the season, and you've got a car lover's dream. We start at Mecum. The Michigan firm annually hammers more cars than all the others, and this year, besides the usual brace of supercars and muscle cars, some unique competition cars will hope to bring some big numbers. Leading the way is the famed Coca-Cola Dodge Daytona Hemi, driven by Hall of Famer Bobby Allison. The end of the 1960s featured an aero war in NASCAR, and in 1969, Dodge initiated the Charger Daytona project, hoping to dominate superspeedways in Daytona and Talladega. With a NASA-designed sloping front grille work, a high rear wing, and 700 horsepower from the 427 cubic inch Hemi engine, this car was the first NASCAR machine that could regularly run over 200 miles per hour. One special note, this car has been verified by Allison himself for authenticity, and he autographed the machine. This car could break the NASCAR auction record, only time will tell. Also from 1969 comes a unique piece of history from the world of IndyCar racing. The 1969 VPJ Ford IndyCar from the debut season of Vels Pernelli Racing. This car was driven by legends Al Unser and Joe Leonard. This was the car that launched the fabled Pernelli Jones and Vel Meltek team to many years of success in IndyCar racing. Gooding Christie's annually has a few competition specials, and this year is no different. One of the most significant Indianapolis 500-mile race winners will cross the block. The 1972 All-American Racers Eagle Offenhauser, chassis number 7217. This car was driven by Gordon Johncock to victory in the 1973 Indy 500. The Robin Slobodinsky-designed Gurney Eagle revolutionized IndyCar racing in the early 70s and was the fastest car on the track. This car was also the first to use the famed Gurney flap, that small strip atop the rear wing that created lots of downforce with little drag. This car is expected to top $1 million. From the same era comes another significant piece of racing history. The 1973 Ferrari 365 GTB/4 Daytona Competizione Series 3. This is one of only 5 Series 3 models built. This is another of the Ferrari Daytonas made famous by Luigi Canetti's North American racing team, NART. The car raced at Le Mans twice with top 5 class finishes. The car's finest performance came at Daytona in 1979. Nearing the end of its competitive lifespan, the car was then owned by Bill Nichols and Jim McRoberts. It finished first in class and second overall in the hands of American stars Tony Adamowicz and John Morton. Bidding for this piece of racing history could reach $10 million. BMW fans are excited to see the 2019 M8 GTE cross the block. This chassis was the most successful of 8 built for Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing to run in IMSA competition. The car claimed class victory in its debut at the 2020 Daytona 24 Hours, the first major endurance victory for the Bavarian factory since its Le Mans victory 20 years earlier. The car went on to additional 5 podium finishes and helped BMW and RLL secure IMSA's Michelin Endurance Cup. That was for the 4 biggest endurance races of the season. Experts think this car could bring as much as $3 million. Almost the entire historic timeline of the venerable Porsche 911 RSR is covered by 4 examples that will go under the hammer at Gooding in Monterey. Oldest is the 1974 Carrera 3-liter RSR, campaigned by Swiss privateer Harry Blumer to the 74 Swiss National GT title. The car won 3 races overall and had a further 8 class victories in a 4-year span. The newest is the 2017 Porsche 911 RSR 17. The RSR 17 was the first mid-engine racing 911. It was hailed at the time by Frank Walliser, then head of Porsche Motorsport, as, quote, the biggest evolution in the history of our top GT model, unquote. Crossing the block is the X-Works spare car, so it has little actual on-track provenance, but it still remains a very significant part of Porsche history and is expected to sell for as much as $5 million. One other special car on offer is the front-wheel drive 1927 Miller Model 91. This car is one of less than 15 examples thought to have been built. Actual numbers are hard to pin down, as this car is believed to have been built from 2 cars after the original was raced and crashed at the Indianapolis 500 in 1927. Phil Cowboy Red Schaefer built the car and entered it at Indy in 1928 and 29. Then rule changes made the car obsolete, so English racer Douglas Hawkes and ex-World War I ambulance driver Gwendolyn Stewart used the machine to set numerous speed records ranging from 5 kilometers to 100 miles at La Monterey in France from 1930 to 1934. The estimate for this bit of racing history is just under $1 million. Our friends at Broad Arrow will feature 2 historic sports cars at their annual Jet Center auction. First is the 1999 Orica Works Chrysler Viper GTSR. Chassis C20 was driven in the FIA GT Championship, claiming 3 wins at Hockenheim, Budapest, and Watkins Glen. The car was dominant in 2000 and 2001 with 10 wins, 24 podiums, and back-to-back championships. The car would claim a further 4 more wins and 11 podiums over its 8-year racing career. Bidding for this very successful car is expected to top $1 million. Another famed sports car crossing the block is the second of only 2 Porsche Kramer CK5 Group C prototypes built for the 1982 and 83 World Sports Car Championship. Powered by a twin-turbo Porsche 935 engine, the car was built with a 936-style aluminum space frame and chassis elements of a 908-3 and a 936 with a canopy added. The CK5-2, offered by Broad Arrow, debuted in 1983 at Le Mans, sporting the iconic Grand Prix International magazine sponsorship livery. The car was driven by Derek Warwick, Frank Jelinski, and Patrick Gouillard. The car qualified 14th, fastest of the non-Porsche 956 or Lancia entries, but dropped out after 76 laps with head gasket failure. The estimated sale price for this nearly one-of-a-kind machine is just under $1 million. RM Sotheby's will feature a brace of Alfa Romeos from the Quadrifoglio collection and will be offered at no reserve. 9 cars have racing pedigree, ranging from the 1964 Giulia TZ1 Double Bubble to the star lot, the 1968 T33-2 Daytona. This car was the first T33 fitted with a 2.5-liter power plant and is one of only 10 built. In the hands first of Auto Delta and then the Belgian Team VDS, the car raced at the 24 Hours of Daytona, the Targa Florio, the Nürburgring, Monza, and Spa during the 1968 and 69 seasons. The T33 could bring as much as $2 million. As always, Porsche is well represented in RM. The 1960 718 RS60 Spider by Wendlinger should bring a lot of interest. The car was owned and raced by renowned U.S. privateers Bob Westhoff and Bruce Jennings. The car boasts dozens of class wins and more than 9 podiums over a 4-year racing span. The car is documented by Jürgen Barth, and experts believe the Porsche could bring upwards of $4 million. Finally, from RM, a one-of-a-kind 1955 Ferrari 375 Plus Spider by Sutton. This car is one of 2 Tipo 102 Plus chassis built, and the only one designated for racing. The car was originally constructed for American privateer Scuderia Paravano. The car achieved 6 victories, all on the American West Coast, in the hands of legends like Carroll Shelby, Dan Gurney, and Ken Miles, just to name 3. This rare gem could bring upwards of $7 million. Bonhams' annual quail auction features two significant German entrants. First, a beautiful 1985 Audi Sport Quattro S1 E2 from the height of the Group B rally era. This car was number 10 of 20 built and is one of only 4 of the short wheelbase Group B cars in private hands. The car was driven by Hannu Mikkola at the 1985 Lombard RAC Rally. The multi-times Finnish world champion was leading the event when mechanical problems ended any challenge for victory. Hopes are this car could reach record numbers over $2 million. From a significant Audi to a significant Porsche. Bob Aiken and Dave Clem produced the 1983 Porsche 935, affectionately known as Lady. The dawn of the Group C cars and the fabled Porsche 956 meant that faithful Porsche 935 racers were left to their own devices, and Aiken turned to the Georgia-based car builder Dave Clem to take an ex-Derek Bell 935 L1 and turned it into this mount for IMSA competition. Lady featured a slimmed-down chassis to meet new IMSA weight requirements while using the standard 935 front geometry and rear suspension from a 935 Moby Dick Longtail. The car's best finish was second place at the season finale Daytona 3 Hours in 1983. In the hands of the likes of Aiken, Hans Stuck, and Bobby Rahal, the car was always competitive with many podiums until Aiken purchased his own 962. This car failed to reach the reserve earlier this year at Mecum, Kissimmee, but hopes spring eternal that it might reach $1.4 million at the Quail event. Check back with us at HRN Chronicles for a full rundown of who sold and who didn't in early September after all the official results are tallied. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to HRN Chronicles.